Welcome, race fans. We are back here tonight with Top Fuel presenting the Renault 2.0 Formula car here at Auto Club for their season opener here of the new Indy Light Series. So thanks for joining us, folks. We appreciate it. And they are in practice right now. We've been following them along here. They've been hooked up pretty good here. A lot of good racing going to happen here tonight. These guys are going to put on a great show for you. And for any of the Renault fans out there, this is a brand new car that iRacing just brought to us here recently in the last month and a half, I believe it was. And it's really been a popular car, so I think we're in for a good race here. So thanks for joining us, and stay tuned here. We'll be back in about 6 minutes here with our national anthem. Okay, less than 3 minutes away from qualifying here, folks. A couple things that I wanted to point out here. We've got a couple of new sponsors here on board. Some of the drivers, actually Justin Michael with a brand new sponsor on his car, Next Gen Studios. So welcome to Next Gen Studios here. Hopefully they'll tune in tonight and check it out. Ray, you were in here. You wanted to say some words here to everybody?
Yeah, Rudy, I'm here. Just 1 second. Yeah, I just wanted to thank everyone for coming out tonight. It's been a lot of work to get this league to where it is, and Scott knows from last season we were having a little bit of an attendance drop, so hopefully everybody sticks around after the season and throughout the season and comes joins us for our DW12 league. I want to thank Jonathan Palmer and Jonathan Provis from New Dimension Racing just for coming out here and doing the race control for us. And welcome to iRacing. I believe this is their first iRacing event. Thank you, Scott, for letting this be a Top Fuel series and hoping this works out great. Thank you for Rudy for broadcasting this. And we've got about 38 to 39 cars here in the session. Maybe a few trickling in a little late. So I'm sure there's going to be plenty of good racing. Let's try to keep this green. No one wants to see Wreckfest. It's just going to be messy. Let's get this thing done clean. And, thank you, everyone, for being prompt in your payment and very respectful so far.
All right, very good, very good. Well, good luck out there, Ray. I know, we've done a little practice, and you and I had some fun there, and it's going to be a little tough to pass, but if you know how to work the car and work the track, I think it's going to be a pretty good race. So hopefully everybody does a good job. So, all right?
Yeah, watch out for that swap drafting, and watch out for passing on the outside out of turn 2 with the slingshot. That's where it's going to be, Rudy.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that, buddy. Good luck.
Thank you, Rudy. Have a good one.
You too. All right, folks, just a few seconds away from qualifying. Okay, folks, we'll be right back.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, folks, we are back here for the season opener of the Indy Light Series here, presented by Top Fuel Racing. Thanks for joining us here tonight. They have I believe it's a 9-race season that they'll be running here. So it should be, it's going to be a short season, but it'll be something new that they're trying here. And this is just to get them going here until they do start the new DW12 series. I believe that starts August 3rd. So this will kind of tide them over till then. Something brand new. They wanted to try it, and it seems to be working out pretty good. And Ray's finding out it's difficult to get everything lined up here for a good league to run. So Colin Scott coming in on the pole at the moment here. Dan Neese in second. Should be just a couple of minutes away. Qualifying will be over, and we'll give you a rundown of where everybody will be starting. But right now, it looks like Ian Plash will take the pole here from Alan Bowes and Jonathan Goke. All right, folks, that's going to wrap up qualifying. We'll get down here on the grid and get everybody accounted for. Huge field here tonight. I think they said 39 drivers. So give me a second here. We'll get everything set up and give you a rundown of where everybody's starting. Ian Plash taking the pole here with a 45.971. Congratulations to him for grabbing the pole. Jonathan Goke will be starting on the outside of the front row there in second. Alan Bowes, one of the pro drivers that we have seen here on iRacing from time to time, and a friend of mine, so congrats to him for taking third. Riley Roush in fourth. Brandon Trost in fifth. Matt Kingsbury bringing in the sixth spot. Ray Kingsbury seventh. Blake Reynolds eighth. Casey Kerwin ninth. Justin Michael in 10th place. John Dragonetti in 11th. Chris Murdoch in 12th. Lance Nazier in 13th. Sam Adams starting 14th. Dylan Lee 15th. Houston Hammer in 16th. Stephen Park starting 17th. Austin Espedy in 18th. Anthony Lurcock 19th. Timothy Silliman, I believe that is, in 20th. Ryan Bowles in 21st. Dan Neese starting 22nd. Nick Prosper 23rd. Marcus Yedstall in 24th. Brian Phillips starting 25th. Wally Turheimer 26th. Colin Scott 27th. Sam Watson 28th. Kerwin Chalk in 29th. Zachary Zwar in 30th. George Hendricks starting 31st. Johnny, I don't know, Antonucci, I believe it is, in 32nd. Scott Brinson starting 33rd. Robert Riley 34th. Jeffrey Coaches 35th. Travis Browder starting 36, excuse me. Chase Hudson starting 37th. Mark Robertson 38th. Greg Mack. We got a few guys here that did not start the race. So now I am in there, but I did not take a qualifying time, obviously. So we'll get up here to our pole sitter, Ian Plash. As we're about to get kicked off here and get started, I'd like to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. Almost a full field. I guess if I wouldn't have joined the server and taken up a slot, but almost a full field here. This is the very first race of the new season, so they're ready to kick it off here. And just on a side note, they get about 25 laps on a tank of fuel. They have a 25% fuel load. These cars do get extremely good fuel mileage. They probably won't have to take tires. They can pretty much flat-foot it all the way around here, but it's going to be good racing as we're getting ready to go here, folks. Ian Plash bringing them to the line here for the first time today. First time in the league. Pace cars in. Waiting on that green flag. And there it is, green, green, green. 75 laps here, folks. This is going to be wild. Good racing, though. We're hoping we don't see a lot of cautions. These guys are hoping it. Going into turn one here, Ian Plash with a little bit of a head start here. Jonathan Goke, Alan Bowes, and Brandon Trost. Goke goes back to fourth. And they're getting a little wiggly up here. Guys switching lanes everywhere. Lance Nazier back in 9th place. Casey Kerwin 10th. This is a huge field here, folks. The draft is really good with these cars, and I'll tell you what, we're going to see a lot of passing here. Right now, Ian Plash trying to hold on to that front spot. You can see these guys are pretty close to one another up here in the front. Alan Bowes trying to make that pass on the outside there of Ian Plash. Needs a little help, and they're going 3 wide, folks, into the turn. 3 wide up front. Matt Kingsbury in the 5th spot, trying to figure out where he wants to be in this. Sounds like a bunch of bumblebees coming around here, and Ian Plash leads yet again. That makes a number 2 for him, as he can put that in the books. Pretty good sized field. They're all the way back. I mean, way back behind these guys. And we have a caution, folks. Not what we wanted to see this early. And right there, Zachary Zwar going hard into the wall. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened to Zach here. We were afraid of the first caution here, but these guys are racing it pretty hard. Zachary up on the high side. And somebody come up right there. Looks like Antonucci comes up the hill right into Zachary. I don't know if his car kicked to the right or what happened there, but that is going to put Zachary hard into the outside wall. Lots of damage on his car, and I do not know if they have resets. I do believe they have one. All right, so Zachary Zwar wrecked, sitting on pit road. Ian Plash still in the lead. We got some guys that are actually taking it back there a little ways. They're kind of staying back away from each other, I see. And I don't believe we're going to see anybody come to pit road, because it looks like track position is going to mean a lot here tonight. I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. Only with 4 laps on the tires, it's not going to be a whole lot of busyness on pit road. Take a look at the weather conditions here for tonight. Cold temperatures for tonight. Partly cloudy skies. Track's cold. The air's cold. No humidity. Wow. Perfect race conditions here for tonight. Yeah, we'll go back and check on this. I wanted to show everybody Justin Michael, brand new sponsor on his car here, Next Gen Studios. So that's pretty cool. Actually, somebody actually got a sponsor. That is really cool. Paid sponsor for Justin Michael. So thanks Next Gen Studios there for jumping on board and helping him out. He's a good friend, and I'm sure he appreciates it very, very much. Thank you. All right, well, let's see. These guys are laid way back behind the pace car. Not sure exactly what's going on here. Maybe they're waiting on the pace car. The pace car never come out. There is a glitch sometimes. I have seen it where the pace car never even actually come out on the track. It could be a glitch. I don't know. There could be some issues here. I'm not sure. Well, we'll get it going back here again in a few minutes. You can check out our website here at MaxSpeedTV.com. Also check us out on Facebook there. Follow along. And like the page on Facebook, facebook.com/MaxSpeedTV. Well, Ian Plash has led all the laps so far, but he's had some company up there. Looking, Alan Bowes, I believe some of these guys did pit. Looks like from 25th on back, some of these guys did come to pit road here. Alan Bowes, Stephen Parks, Timothy Silliman, Ryan Bowles was on pit road. Brian Phillips, Dylan Lee, George Hendricks, Kerwin Chalk, Jeffrey Coaches, and Zachary Zwar still. Oh, he is off pit road now, but he will be a couple of laps down now. So, all right, they are getting caught back up to the pace car now. And green is out, and we are going again here, folks. And what a restart. Riley Roush. It's really spread this field out a lot. Casey Kerwin. This is where the battle is back here, folks. Right on the bumper there, and a little bit of bump drafting going on by these guys trying to get caught up to that front pack. As Ian Plash is now pulled away by a second over second place, Riley Roush. Let's go back in the field here away. Wally Turheimer, 17th place. Caution is out again. Let's see what happened here. Oh, we got Dan Neese upside down, and something happened here. Let's check it out, folks. Might have been something on his own. I do not know. He may have caught somebody here. Oh, right up ahead of him, I see there was a couple of cars that got together. Justin Michael and Austin Espedy get together. Guess it was actually Houston Hammer that got, looked like he may have tried to pass on the outside of Justin Michael here. And kind of swerved a little bit. Justin swerved, they got together, and this is what started it right here. And Justin Michael gets sideways on the track, and guys are going to get into him. So the Next Gen Studios car going to have some damage on it, but he may be able to get it fixed back up. Going to put him clear back at the tail end of the field, though. As we are back under caution here, Ian Plash still in the lead. Riley Roush second, Casey Kerwin in third. Let's see if we can get a word in with somebody here. Kerwin Chalk, you got a copy? Kerwin? Okay, I guess he's not there. Try somebody else. Ryan Bowles, you got a copy? Ryan Bowles, do you have a copy?
I do.
Well, tell me about your racing out there. What do you think of this car-track combination?
I'm having a little trouble with the front of the car. It's like being in a bus in your own car. You know how you're behind a bus, you can't see anything around you?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's nice. It's interesting just because of the draft is interesting. Trying to work that out.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about the new league here that's starting up? Has it sparked an interest in you, and are you going to plan on returning for the rest of the season?
Oh, absolutely. I'll be here every week.
Very good. That's good to hear. These guys they'll be pumped up to hear that. Well, we'll let you go back to work here and try to get get everything figured out for you, Ryan. So good luck out there, brother.
Thank you.
All right, Ryan Bowles, folks, back in 21st position. Trying to figure it out, he says. Back up front, these guys, what they're doing here is they're actually laying back off of the pace car when they get the 1 to green. Then they take off the pit limiters. Apparently they're running pit limiters. I did get word on that, confirmation from the admins in the control tower. Jonathan Palmer and Jonathan Provost are adminning the race here tonight for New Dimension Racing. No problem there. That's what we like to do, is kind of give these shout outs, you know, to special people. And, you know, I know he was very excited. Justin was very excited about having a sponsor on board. So that's really cool. Really cool. Well, anytime you want to sponsor MaxSpeedTV, hey, I'm your guy. I'm your go-to guy. That's where you look right here if you want to sponsor MaxSpeedTV. Always looking for some sponsorship. All right, we're about to go back green here, folks. I think they got the 1 to go, and they're all pretty much single file right now. I guess I'm just a little confused on how this is going here, but I guess we'll figure it out before the race is over. And it looks like they will be coming to take lap number 12 here of 75 as the second caution is over. Now they're taking off the pit limiter and speeding back up here. They will be taking the green right here, folks. The field spread out big time. And there is the green flag as they're all back up to speed. Jonathan Goke right there in 5th position. Well, let's go back in the field here and see where some of these guys are back here. Anthony Lurcott in the back of this group, trying to reel in, trying to make something happen back here. And it's very hard to pass. You can pass. It's just that it's tough. You got to really work on that car. Brandon Trost in 22nd. This is quite the pack right here. Stephen Parks in that group. Alan Bowes is laying back just a little bit here off of that pack. Colin Scott in 18th. Robert Riley here working with Jonathan Antonucci. Jonathan running in Johnny. Excuse me. I'll get that right. I got to get these guys' names down. There's a lot of new drivers in here, so bear with me there, folks. Wally Turheimer, 15th. Nick Prosper, 14th. And he passes up Scott Brinson. Scott Brinson running in 14th at the moment. Looks like a lot of fun. Well, we had that 6-car breakaway here, folks. 6-car breakaway here, and but that second group is starting to reel them in. Sam Adams, Ray Kingsbury, John Dragonetti, Sam Watson, and Marcus Yedstall. These guys back here working together, trying to reel in that front group. They're just about in the grasp of them. You got to be within about a half a second to start feeling that draft. That front group is definitely pulling away. We got a brand new leader, Casey Kerwin, taking over the point here. And that kind of shuffled Ian Plash to the back after leading the first 12 laps of the race. But Casey Kerwin will get credit for leading that lap and collects a bonus point. Martha Turheimer in chat. Hey, Martha, we got a brand new leader again, Lance Nazier. taking over the lead here. Jonathan Goat following right in behind him, and Casey Kerwin shuffles back to third place. These guys could be doing this to make sure that they don't heat, and doing a little swap draft. We've seen that work in the DW12 cars, and from what I'm understanding, it does work in these as well. So swap draft could be in play here for these guys. Looking back from Lance Nazier. He's going to go high, and Jonathan Goak is going to take the lead now. Oh, another leader, folks. And he will collect the bonus point. Chris Murdoch right behind him in second. Let's go way back in the field here. Dan Neese was caught up in that wreck there a little bit ago. Gets a little bit of a reprieve here. Does stay on the lead lap, but he's falling right in behind old T-Bro, Travis Browder. Travis, no stranger to victory lane. He knows how to get there. He is back a little ways, 13 seconds behind that lead. But there's plenty of laps here to get caught back up. Brian Phillips and Dan Neese go by. And another leader up front, Chris Murdoch, takes over the lead. Ian Plash second, Casey Kerwin third. Now we may have another pass here. Ian Plash taking over the lead again, and Chris Murdoch getting shuffled to the back. So these guys are doing a little swap drafting here of their own, and this works out pretty good too, because I've seen this work a lot in a lot of the DW12 races where the swap draft, they just change it up. Leader goes on point. And they've spread this field out by quite a bit, but they've got that second group. Sam Adams is closing, and he's about to make it looks like about a 12-car pack up here in the front, folks. This could be really interesting. Ray Kingsbury going by. Does get a pretty good run on the inside there. They're not allowed to pass below the white line. That is the rule. And Sam going back by. They're trying their best right now to reel in that front group and make it a bigger pack. They have caught up over a half a second just in the last couple of laps. So now down to 1.5 seconds behind the leader and closing. Should be starting to feel the draft here in just a little bit. Ray Kingsbury going back by. We've had a lot of leaders up front here, folks. A lot of lead changes. Ian Plash leading at the moment here. Front group there, Casey Kerwin second, Riley Roush third, Lance Nazier in fourth, Jonathan Goak fifth, and Chris Murdoch. That is your front six with Sam Adams closing. Now down to less than a second, 9/10 from the sixth place car. Ray Kingsbury going by again. They're going to have to get something working here if they're going to reel in that front group. They're going to have to start doing a little swap draft of their own or something here to reel them in. Now Ray down to 0.8 of a second. Sam Adams going back by. Houston Hamer back here in 12th position. Scott Brinson. In 13th, being passed up by Wally Turheimer. Wally going into 13th. Colin Scott back here in 15th. This is where there's a huge pack of cars back here, folks. Just to let you know, they have reeled in that front group, and it's making it a bigger pack in the front here. Not sure what happened to Jonathan Goke. He is coming to pit road. They get about 25 laps on a tank of fuel, folks. But we are seeing some guys come to pit road. And we will be seeing more here probably in the next 3 to 5 laps. We'll be seeing more guys coming down pit road. They did have a couple of cautions in there, so that really kind of helped a little bit. But we'll see these guys probably push it just a little bit further than the 25 laps. Ray Kingsbury way down on the apron. And he is coming to pit road, folks. We got a bunch of them coming to pit road here. Yeah, a whole pack of them here coming to pit road. Ian Plash stopping in his pit stop. That will give Riley Roush the lead, and these guys are coming off of pit road now, led by Ian Plash. Just a stop for fuel, no tires. I was being told they didn't need to change tires the whole race, so that doesn't mean you don't have to. There's no need for it. Riley Roush, now he's coming to pit road. Well, that's going to give the lead up to Stephen Parks. And Stephen will collect a bonus point for leading that lap. Alan Bowes in tow. These guys came from quite a ways back in the pack. Now Alan looking to maybe get a run here. And he wants to take the lead on the outside there of Stephen Parks. Stephen pulls it back in. Blake Reynolds in third. These guys trying to push it just as far as they can. A little added insurance here, folks, to make sure that they've got enough fuel to make it to the end. They're going to have to do it in 2 pit stops minimum. They can get about 25 laps on a tank of fuel, but they did have a couple of cautions here, which kind of changed it up. And these guys already did pit. They pitted on one of them, so we're going to see them out here for a while. Ooh, a little bump in there going on. Blake Reynolds stuck his nose in. Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't Blake Reynolds. My bad. That was a lap down car there. They're peeling off to come to pit road. That's going to give the lead up to Blake Reynolds. And he will collect a bonus point for leading the lap. Brandon Trost, Matt Kingsbury, Anthony Lurcock. These guys all have been on pit road earlier. Dylan Lee back here in 5th place. Timothy Silliman in 6th, and what a ways back here to Kevin Chalk and Mark Robertson. We haven't talked about Mark yet today, and here he is running in the 8th place at the moment here. What a ways back to George Hendricks, Brian Phillips, and Jeffrey Coaches. We got some more guys pitting here, so that's going to wind up shuffling it around here where Ian Plash now will be back in 12th place. And he's got this whole crew that they're working together here. Casey Kerwin, Lance Nazier, Jonathan Goke, Sam Adams, Ray Kingsbury involved in this. Riley Roush. These guys are quite a ways back, but they will be the leaders when that front group finally does pit. Blake Reynolds still trying to fight off Anthony Lurcock. Anthony up on the high side. Almost 30 laps into this race, folks. We had 2 cautions there earlier. I think they've got that sorted out now. The field's getting spread out with pit stops underway. Anthony Lurcock still trying to get this lead away from Blake Reynolds right now. He does have just a fender on him. No fenders. No fenders on these cars. That's right. Blake Reynolds now comes back, and he will hold on to the lead here. Crossing the line, Blake leads another one. That makes lap number 4 led for Blake Reynolds. Dylan Lee in 3rd, falling right in behind Anthony Lurcock here, trying to use some draft. If the two of them can get together, I don't believe they'll have a problem getting by Blake Reynolds. Somebody spun there. I'm not sure who that was. Jeffrey. Okay, he's coming to pit road. Never mind. Brandon Troust, Matt Kingsbury. We've got a few more, looks like, peeling off here to come to pit road. But Blake Reynolds is staying out. That puts Matt Kingsbury up to 3rd. Timothy Silliman in 4th. Mark Robertson now will be 5th. A little ways behind the leaders at the moment. We're waiting to see when Blake Reynolds is going to come to pit road. He should be coming in soon here, folks. What's everybody think of this Renault 2.0, the Formula Renault? It's a pretty good car. I've actually turned some laps with it, and it is a lot of fun to drive. They're not like real speedy. They're not real fast, but they're really fun to drive. What's everybody think of it? Well, a couple of shout-outs I'd like to give out. Next Gen Studios for being on board here with Justin Michael. I'm trying to find Justin right now. I think he's back in the field somewhere here. Let me see if I can't find him. I'm really having trouble finding him right now. And more guys coming to pit road here. Blake Reynolds giving the lead up to Brandon Trost. Oh, I don't know if he's going to get the lead that lap or not. We'll see here if he crosses the line before those coming around. I believe he's going to. Yes, he will collect a bonus point for leading that lap. Well, these guys that were way back are coming around and will retake the lead here from them as they are on pit road. Casey Kerwin will take over the point here. Lance Nazier 2nd, Ian Plash 3rd, Jonathan Goke 4th, Sam Adams in 5th as some guys are just now coming off pit road. There's Justin Michael. I was trying to catch up with him. I just can't seem to find him on my list. There he is. There he is. He is a couple laps down actually. After that altercation there earlier with I don't remember who that was now, but he got in an incident there with somebody. But he is a couple of laps down, so he falls in behind that lead group led by Casey Kerwin, our leader. Nose to tail, everybody following the leader right now. Nobody making that move to try to pass him. And we are about 3 or 4 laps here away from the halfway mark, folks. Again, thank you for joining us here on MaxSpeedTV. If it's your first trip here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button. And if you like the video, click on that thumbs up underneath the viewing screen there and give us a like on the video. Appreciate that very much. We do broadcast right now 7 nights a week, but we will be going back down to 6 nights a week, trying to cut out Saturdays. Uh-oh, we're getting some blinkers here. I hope the server isn't going to crash, because we have seen that here in the last couple of days. iRacing's had some issues. Monday was really bad. They had a DDoS attack, and it shut all iRacing down. Everybody that was in races, they were gone. Lance Nazier in second, Ian Plash third, Jonathan Goke fourth, and Sam Adams in fifth. D. Ray Kingsbury blinking just a little bit there. I know him and his brother are both in here, him and Matt. Probably, I think they're racing on the same internet, so that could be playing effect. I don't really know for sure. Austin Espedy making a pass here on Ryan Bowles, putting Ryan back to 23rd. Doc Brinson 25th. We are seeing some changes there. Matt Kingsbury now is running in 19th. Kind of like at the tail end of this group right here. They're running about 8.2 seconds behind that leader. We're back to, we got a 12-car pull-away. John Dragonetti, one of the last ones in that group right there in 12th position. Let's ride along with him for a minute. And yes, they are getting a little dicey up here in the front. The field's starting to get spread out again, even though these guys are pulling up here pretty close to one another. Houston Hammer driving on by the outside of Jonathan Goke, so we are seeing a little bit of passing going on here, folks. And he may be trying to get another position here from Ian Plash. Ian on the bottom. Houston Hammer up there trying to get something working. If he could get 3 or 4 cars up there working together, I think they would have something going. Marcus Yedstall in 8th place. I know Marcus from quite a while ago. I used to broadcast another league that he ran in, and it's good to see Marcus back out here running again. And it couldn't be a better car for him to run in right here. This kind of like fits right into his wheelhouse right here. This is his type of racing. He likes these open wheel races. This is one heck of a pack of cars here, folks. But let's go back to another pack of cars. Alan Bowes and Dylan Lee going at it back here. They're in 13th, 14th. The whole pack of them here. Stephen Parks into that. Running right behind Alan Bowes. way back to Blake Edwards. He led 6 laps earlier, had to make a pit stop. Now finds himself in 18th position. All right, well, we're well past halfway, folks, and thank you for joining us here. We appreciate it. I got to give a shout out to iRacing. Thank you, iRacing, for allowing us to broadcast up to the iRacing Live portal. Special thank you to Jack Davidson for all the behind-the-scenes work he does to make this happen, so we can get the leagues out here and let the world view what they do here in these leagues. So pretty cool. Another pack back here led by Dan Neese in 19th place. Mark Robertson right there, our Canadian brother. Uh-oh, something happened here. Ray Kingsbury coming to pit road, okay. Could be his final pit stop right here. Oh no, he's a little off of pit strategy there, because I don't believe he can make it 33 laps. So he'll have to stop one more time. Gonna find himself back here in 30th position, as the leaders are coming by here to take another lap. And Casey Kerwin leading lap number 11. Let's run around the field here real quick, folks. We'll get the top 10 here for you. Casey Kerwin started 9th place, has led 11 laps, running in first. Lance Nazier started 13th, led 1 lap, running in second. Ian Plash started on the pole tonight, led 17 laps, running in third. Houston Hammer started 16th, running in fourth. Sam Houston started 28th on the field today, running in 5th. Jonathan Goke started 2nd, led a lap, running in 6th. Sam Adams started 14th, running in 7th. Marcus Yedstel started 24th, running in 8th. Riley Roush started 4th, led a couple laps, running in 9th. And rounding out the top 10, Chris Murdoch started 12th place, has led 1 lap and running in 10th. Looking to see when these guys may be breaking off to come to pit road here. Don't see anybody in this front group. Oh, there they come. Looks like Houston Hammer going to bring them down pit road. Him and a couple other cars coming to pit road. Looks like Marcus Yedstel coming to pit road. It'll be a fuel-only stop. I'm sure most of these guys do not take tires or will not take tires, I believe, and they are already off of pit road. Casey Kerwin, Lance Nazier, and Ian Plash. Jonathan Goke, Sam Adams, that rounds out the top 5, and we got a couple more here peeling off, locking them down. Whoa, man, they were coming in hot. Casey Kerwin giving up the lead to Lance Nazier. Lots of smoke on them tires, boy. They're using them up. They come off of pit road. They'll be back in the field a little ways. Back up in the lead here, Lance Nazier, Ian Plash, and Sam Adams. Looks like Ian Plash peels off, I believe. Yes, he does. He peels off to come to pit road, running in 4th position. And I believe he's gonna be a little bit short on fuel for this last run, so I think we may see him have to stop and take a splash of gas and go. After starting on the pole, He's had a good run here so far. This will put him back in the field a little ways as Riley Roush. There he comes off the pit road already. Quick pit stops by these guys. Fuel only, no tires. Riley Roush coming to pit road. Going to give the lead up to, we'll have to see how this shakes out. Sam Adams on pit road. What a few of these guys. Dylan Lee, Anthony Lurcock. I don't know. These guys are racing it up here pretty hard. Anthony Lurcock does lead that lap, so he will collect a bonus point. Dylan Lee on the inside. Dylan wants to lead a lap. He says, come on, guys, let me lead one lap and get that bonus point. Anthony Lurcock comes back. Denying Dylan Lee again. Dylan coming back on the inside. These guys are swapping it up pretty heavy. And Dylan Lee will finally collect a bonus point for leading the lap. So congrats to Dylan Lee for that. And Anthony Lurcock pulls down to the bottom. And repasses Dylan Lee. Blake Reynolds sitting there in third. Brandon Trouse fourth. And Mark Robertson way back here, 4.8 seconds behind these guys in fifth place. Kevin Chalk and Timothy Silliman in a battle. Here's Timothy passes up Kevin and goes into sixth place. George Hendricks in eighth, all by himself, nobody to work with. Same way with Jeffrey Coaches back here, ninth place. But from there on back, Jonathan Goat pulling that big pack around again here. 10th place on back. Casey Kerwin, Ray Kingsbury, Ian Plash, Sam Adams. I mean, it's a whole pile of them here in this group here, folks. They'll retake the lead once that front group pits. 25 to go here tonight, folks. Had a couple of cautions earlier. Taking a look at the race summary here. 2 cautions for 6 laps. And we've had 14 lead changes here tonight. Coming up on some lap traffic here. Some of the guys that are laps down. Matt Kingsbury, Jeffrey Coaches, Brian Bowles, Johnny Antonucci, Riley Roush, Stephen Parks, Robert Riley, Justin Michael, Zachary Zwar, and Nick Prosper. 1 or more laps down, those folks are. Last one on the lead lap right now, Travis Browder, old T-Bro. Back here, 45 seconds behind the leader right now. And it's tough when you don't have anybody to work with. Wally Turheimer, 25th. Now they're actually moving up here. We got somebody pitting. Scott Brinson, 23rd. This is not where Scott likes to be. He likes to be up there giving them guys a hard time up in the front. Goke still leading this pack as some of those guys are pitting. Dylan Lee on pit road. Anthony Lurcock on pit road. I don't believe that will be their final pit stop. It could be because they're getting about 25 laps, which that would put them in the window here, 23. So they may be good on fuel now. So now these guys here will have to pit one more time. It'll be a splash of gas and go, I'm sure. I think they got 3.3 gallons in the car is all they got. Admin's posting penalties. That word that Ryan Bowles had an unsafe pit exit. So he will get a pass-through penalty on pit road, so that's going to put him back even further. That's why they have rules in the game here, folks. Blake Reynolds still out front. by 25 seconds. But Jonathan Goke pulling this group, and we're waiting to see when Blake Reynolds and Brandon Troust, those two out there, nose to tail right now, and they are working with some lap cars. They will have to be coming to pit road here shortly. That'll be their final pit stop. Blake Reynolds leads yet another lap here. That makes 10 laps in the book for Blake Reynolds today, having a good run. Third place, Jonathan Goke, is 25 seconds behind that leader right now, but they will have to pit one more time. Everybody's on a different pit sequence out here, different fuel mileage. Casey Kerwin in fourth, Ray Kingsbury fifth, and Ian Plash in sixth place. Let's ride along with Ian here. Haven't seen Ian in quite some time. Let's ride along with him. And thought I heard something there. I think Ray may be blinking a little bit. Let's ride along here with Ian. Oh, we have a caution. Okay. I thought I heard something. Right there. Chris Murdoch. That's a tough one. Let's go see what happened here to Chris. 20 to go, folks, and this is the third caution. You guys were following each other. It looks like maybe a little touching here. A little bit of blinking going on, too. He touched the second time, and then that was it, man. He went right to the outside wall. He's going to get heavy damage on his car, do a little flipping down the backstretch. And this is the one where I always like to do this, folks, just to kind of give you an idea of what these guys look at out their windshield, out of their seat, whatever you want to call it. Let's go back here a little ways, and let's ride along here right in the cockpit view. And watch the flipping that he does. I'm going to just kind of go slow here. They get together. They touch again, and he tries to fight it into the wall. And this is where he does the flipping. This will make your stomach a little queasy. If you have a weak stomach, don't look at it. Flips it back on its wheels, and he gets it back going again. But heavy damage on his car. You can see he's got to really turn the wheel left just to go straight, folks. So, yeah, tough break for Chris Murdoch here tonight. Coming to pit road to get that looked at. Brandon Troust staying out. Blake Reynolds just caught up that whole field. Those that needed to pit, though, Ian Plash, Casey Kerwin, Ray Kingsbury, all these guys coming off pit road now. They have made their final pit stop. And this got the field all back up together. So let's see if we can find somebody here we can talk to. How about we try to talk to... I'll tell you who we're going to talk to. We're going to talk to Justin Michael. Justin Michael, do you have a copy?
Hey, Rudy, how are you?
Well, brother, it doesn't look like tonight was your night to come to Victory Lane. But the most important part, did you learn anything about this Renault 2.0 out here tonight?
Yeah, it's slow.
It's slow.
It has no power, and it's just like Talladega out here. But I know we got hooked early on, and it's nothing we can do about it. So we'll go get them next week.
Well, we did have your sponsor in chat there talking it up, so thanking us for the broadcast and thanking us for giving them a word here, a shout out. So, but the car looks good. Looks like you got it fixed up. I didn't even check, Justin. How many resets are there? One?
We have one. I already used mine, so I had to be kind of extra conservative there at while we were in traffic and stuff. So, but I'd definitely like to thank Next Gen Studios for the sponsorship.
Absolutely, yes. Well, it's good to have a sponsor out there, brother. Well, good luck. I know you're back in the field. You're trying to just work at it, but this is the first race of the season. You got, I believe, 8 more to go, so it should be a pretty good finish here. So short track's coming up. So
Yeah.
all right, good luck,
Thanks,
Justin.
Rudy. Thank you.
All right, Justin coming to pit road. The Next Gen Studios car. Get back up here to Brandon Troust, our leader. I was kind of thinking that maybe he'd have to pit, but I don't believe he's going to have to now. This is all these guys have stayed out here, and with these caution laps is going to help them. And I believe we're going back green this time here, folks. They have to run the pit limiter all the way down the backstretch. When they get to the end of the backstretch, that's when they kick it off here. So a little different than what we're used to here, but if it works, right? All right, they're tightening up the field a little bit more here. It looks like they've got the okay. Nope. Gonna go one more lap. It looks to be like about a 16-lap shootout here to the end. We've had some good racing up in the front here, and all the way through the field, I should say. 16 lead changes so far in tonight's race. 3 cautions for 10 laps. Not bad. Pretty good. All right, so they'll be restarting. Brandon Troust, Blake Edwards second, Anthony Lurcock third, Johnny Antonucci in fourth or fifth there, Dylan Lee somewhere in there, Dan Neese in sixth, Timothy Sullivan seventh, Kevin Chalk eighth, Mark Robertson ninth, and Jonathan Goke 10th. It looks like they're passing up a few drivers. Johnny Antonucci. Something going on with Johnny's car here. Looks like he may have to go to the back of the field or something as they're getting ready to go green. Here they go. Everybody's speeding back up. Something happened there. I guess they waved off the green one more time. So 15 to go. Get the green. Something iRacing did not like, or something there picked up another lap here. This is going to be an exciting finish here, folks, because I think we're going to see a lot of passing for positions. We're going to see passing for the lead. We may even see some swap drafting here to try to pull away. Brandon Troust and Blake Edwards were working together there a little while ago. And they were doing really well by themselves. So they may try to do a little swap draft in here. I really haven't seen that much of it. But that doesn't mean we won't see it here in the closing laps, folks. 15 to go when they get the green. Well, we'll thank Ray Kingsbury for starting this league here, sponsored by Top Fuel Racing and Scott Brinson. So thank you to them guys, and I'm not really sure if these guys are going to get back to green or what. I really don't know. I'm totally lost here. Alright, I think we're going green this time. Cars are getting bunched back up here. Alright, let's try this one more time. I believe it's going to be a 14-lap shootout. We're going to get it going here eventually, folks. Stephen Park saying there the grid is messed up or something here, so they're trying to get it sorted out. "14 laps to go." Okay, folks, let's get them going here. I believe they're going to get the start this time. I do honestly believe that. Looks like they are speeding up, and here we go. Brandon Trout, Blake Edwards getting a good start. Blake looking to the inside of Brandon Trout for the lead. Timothy Sullivan in sixth. This is where the battle begins back here. Look at this. 3 wide into the turn. Oh, and they're going to wreck. I figured this was going to happen. They were getting pretty antsy right there. Let's check it out here from a different view and see exactly who got into who. We've seen them go 3 wide right here. And they're trying to get down there and get as much draft as they can possibly get. And right there, a little touch. And that's going to send them guys together, and they are going to go into the outside wall. So, Silliman into the wall. Tough break for these guys. Jonathan Goke out of it. But it's going to put Blake Edwards in the lead here, folks. Or Blake, did I say Blake Edwards? Blake Reynolds. Yep, big wreck. We got guys trying to make it to pit road here. Looks like Silliman, he's going to probably just wind up pulling it out of here because he he's so far back now, it's not going to really matter driving that thing to pit road. But taking a look at it here now, this makes a 4th caution for 14 laps. So in the closing laps here, folks, we're looking at a big difference here of cautions now. The guys are getting a little antsy, a little bit impatient, but it'll all work out here when they get down to it. Let's see if we can find one more person here to talk to. Maybe we can get a word in with. If I can find him. John Dragonetti, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, John, how's your race going for you? I see you've been up in the top 10 since you started this race now. Everything's been going okay for you. You come from 11. Is there any chance of seeing your car in victory lane here tonight?
Well, man, I'll tell you what. I mean, everyone here on this number 80 Dragon Tech Dead Zone Racing RER Chevette crew's been doing really good. I think the team and I wouldn't even say myself, have a real good chance because, I mean, the cautions are starting to kind of play into our hand. But I think with the group of guys we got driving teammate-wise, I think any one of us have a good shot, not just myself. But it's just a matter of working together and just making it to the end here.
Absolutely. Well, it's been pretty good racing up to the end here. Have you been able to find that it's hard to pass, or can you get a run on somebody and pass them on the outside by using the draft?
Well, it honestly really depends. If you're content in a line like we've been doing with just our teammates here, just trying to conserve fuel, running in a line is okay. We've found that at times, if you want to actually dig and make passes, it is possible to draft and pass on the outside line, albeit it's a little bit harder. But I mean, it kind of depends on your perspective of what you want to achieve before, I guess, either a caution comes out or the checkered flag comes out. But yeah, it is able to pass. It's just the perspective of how you get it done. Okay, all right. Well, now I believe I can't remember where you guys go next week. Will you be back next week? Oh yeah, absolutely. With the race that we've had today, and I think my teammates can say the same. We've got really good competitive cars, and I think we got something for them going in the next couple weeks. Very good, very good. Well, what do you think of the new Renault car? This is honestly going to sound crazy. It's my first time actually using it, so okay. I can't really give you a good reading on it. At least road course wise, I don't really know. Oval so far, it's been great, and I can honestly say it's pretty fun. All right, well, we'll let you get back to work here, John, and good luck, man. Thanks, man. I can remember what room you were in now. Okay, I got you. All right, so working here, Blake Reynolds working for the lead. Brandon Trouse, those two have been up front now. Let's see if Blake Reynolds can bring it to victory lane. Anthony Lurcock in third, Dylan Lee fourth, Dan Neese fifth, Kevin Chalk in sixth, Ian Plash seventh, Ray Kingsbury eighth, John Dragonetti in ninth, and Sam Adams. That rounds out your top 10. As here we go, back to green, folks are speeding back up. And we already got a pass. Brandon Trouse down on the bottom for the lead. He retakes the lead from Blake Reynolds. Why do I keep wanting to call him Blake Edward? Anthony Lurcock right behind him, now getting challenged by Dan Neese on the outside. They almost touch. The guys are getting awful impatient right now. Dylan Lee in fifth. And it's a pack of cars back here. Look at this pack of cars here, folks, led by Kevin Chalk. Dragonetti trying to get a run here on the outside.
And Ian Plash on the inside. Ian's going to retake that position from Dragonetti. Oh, we got to spin. Another caution here on the track, folks. Ian Plash involved. Let's go back and take a look at this. Like I said, patience are out the window right now, folks. This is where they start getting a little antsy around each other. Flash gets the old hook right there. And they're going to go out across the grass here. Him and Kevin Chalk. And Ian Plash comes back up onto the track here to bring out the caution. And Ian is going to be way back in the field if he gets more damage. That was our pole setter, folks, and he will be back here quite a ways in the field, about 29th, I believe. But he's trying to get going here. Looks like he's having issues here trying to get that thing back to pit road. So, well, we'll get back up front here with the leader as Ian is working his way back to pit road. Looks like Austin Espedy out of the race. I believe he is the first one. No, he's not the first one, but there is a few of them that have taken it behind the wall. Nick Prosper, Jeffrey Coaches, and Zachary Zwar have taken it behind the wall. 7 laps to go. We've had more cautions just in the last few laps here than we have all night. Caution number 5, folks. For 18 laps out of a 75 lap race. We've had 19 lead changes here tonight. They're changing lead like crazy up here. Everybody wanting that top spot. Blake Edwards and Brandon Troust in a battle here. They're getting a little... Okay. I don't know what that was about, but... Well, again, thank you, folks, for joining us here on MaxSpeedTV tonight. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and like the video. As long as you're here, hit that like button. We'll be back here next week. I did not look to see where they will be next week, but this kind of was a good one here to start out with. I believe they're going to be at Phoenix. I may be wrong on that. I did schedule it up, but I can't remember where they were going to be at. I can tell you here in a minute. Now they will be at New Hampshire next week, folks. That'll be a good race. New Hampshire, yes. You definitely want to make sure you tune in next Wednesday night right here and watch on MaxSpeedTV. Watch these guys run at New Hampshire with the Formula Renault 2.0 here on iRacing. Well, they're starting to tighten the field up here a little bit. Looks like we may be going back green. I'm not positive on this. They're not speeding up like they were, but okay, I guess they are. Yes, we're off and going here again. Brandon Troust comes up on the back of Blake Reynolds. Dylan Lee right there in third. These two battle here for the lead. Brandon Troust retakes the lead from Blake Reynolds. Anthony Lurcock looking on back here in fourth. Dan Neese fifth. John Dragonetti sixth place. Ray Kingsbury seventh. Sam Adams eighth. A little ways back to Houston Hamer back here in ninth place, working with Alan Bowes. Coming to 4 to go. Brandon Troust in the lead here, folks. They're about, looks like they're trying to get 3 wide here for this finish. Cars are dicing around everywhere. And they are getting antsy. Blake Reynolds back to the bottom, inside. Everybody wanting that position, and we've got cars getting together again. I'm trying to catch up with who that was. Let's go take a look, and I believe that's going to end the race. Sam Adams involved in that, and he gets hit quite a few more times here. That will end the race, and it will end under caution here, folks. Let's see what happened to Sam Adams. Goes to the outside down the backstretch, and looks like somebody comes right through the middle here. That would be Alan Bowes coming up the middle, trying to make it 3 wide, slipping into that hole right there, and he catches them and takes out. Looks like all 3 of them. Ray Kingsbury, Alan Bowes are going to be out of it. Tough break for them guys, but I'll tell you what, it was a good race here. Looks like Blake Reynolds will be our winner. I'm going to take 2 to go. They will not get back under green here, folks. So looks like Blake Reynolds, Brandon Troust, and Dan Neese be the top 3 here for the finish. Dylan Lee will be 4th. Houston Hamer 5th. John Dragonetti 6th. Chris Murdoch 7th. Riley Roush in 8th. Jonathan Goke 9th. And Wally Turheimer breaking into the top 10 here tonight, folks. Good job for Wally. I know his mother, Martha, there usually tunes into the broadcast. So there you go. Top 10 finish for Wally tonight. Blake Reynolds definitely needs a new paint job on that car after tonight. Well, we'll get down here in just a minute, folks, and talk to him after it becomes official here. Make sure that it is an official win. And we'll try to get as many people, the top 3 here, we'll try to get them in the booth with us here and talk with them. But let me start looking them up here. I'm not sure if I'll be able to find them all in TeamSpeak. As I've drug you all into the booth here with me, and we'll make sure that it is official before I talk to you guys, so just hang loose a minute. All right, white flag, folks, in the air for the last lap here for Blake Reynolds. Brandon Trouse and Dan Neese. I have them in TeamSpeak here with me, and we will talk to them here in just a minute. They're making their final lap, finishing under caution here. Looking at the race summary, folks, we had 6 cautions tonight, and it will be for 23 laps. We've had 21 lead changes. A lot of hard racing out here right now. It looks like Blake Reynolds will come away with the most laps led tonight with 20 laps. That's pretty good. Well, 21. It'll be 21 when he takes the win here. So congratulations to Blake Reynolds. Coming out of turn 4, he will be our winner tonight, finishing under caution here for the Indy Light Series here, presented by Top Fuel Racing. And once he crosses the line here, it will be official, folks. There it is. He crosses the line first. Blake Reynolds for the win here tonight at Auto Club. We'll get down here in just a second and talk to him. Blake Reynolds, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you happen to be at the right place at the right time, Blake. Congratulations on your win here for the season opener of the Indy Light Series here, presented by Top Fuel Racing. How did you feel the race went here tonight? I know the closing laps, there was a lot of cautions, but overall, you and Brandon Troust out there putting on a good show at the tail end of this race. Did you think at the beginning of the race you even had a winning car?
No, not really. I saw the qualifying results, and I got back late for qualifying. I was finishing up my dinner, so I came back about 4 minutes in the queue, and I saw the times. I was like, wow, I don't think I can do that. I qualified, got P8. It's kind of toward the front. So I figured, maybe I had a good chance at the win. But then Brandon and Matt Kingsbury, they were like, oh, yeah, let's do this whole fuel-saving strategy. We were going to plan, we had the entire thing planned, and we were doing that in the entire race, not really run up front, just kind of saving the fuel. So that's kind of how I got up there.
Well, it looked like a pretty good, race out there. A lot of fun. I did talk to a couple drivers, and they said that the passing was kind of difficult, but you could pass. Mm-hmm. So that kind of made it a pretty, pretty good track. Now, how much did you learn from this car here in this race tonight that you may be able to take to a short track starting at New Hampshire next week?
Well, I remember from the test races, the shorter tracks, it's a lot easier to pass. It takes a little bit more finesse, talent, and I guess just strategy overall. But yeah, I guess maybe the shorter ovals are better.
Yeah. Well, this really isn't an oval car, but
yeah, it really isn't.
Yeah, I mean, you've got some pretty good tracks coming up here. I think there was even a road course or two in there, but it was actually a pretty good race here. For a season opener to start out on a big track and give a lot of room, and kind of give everybody a chance to test the car and see what its abilities were. But we had a lot of cautions, and that really kind of threw everything out the window. Threw pit strategies out the window. Did you change tires at all?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't. I didn't know if it was going to be faster or not. I didn't really test that out in practice or anything.
Yeah, from what I was understanding, I talked to a few drivers before the race, and they said that you wouldn't have to take tires at all through the race. So it did make pit stops a little quicker. I mean, gosh, guys were only on pit road like 4 or 5 seconds, so.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm looking at my tires right here, 97%. Nowhere at all.
Yeah. So that's pretty good. Well, congratulations on your win. We'll see you back here next week at New Hampshire, Blake, and go celebrate, my friend. Great win.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right. We will, let's see. We got Brandon Troust. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Well, it looked like a lot of fun out there, Brandon, you were having with Blake. You guys back and forth for that lead. You led 11 laps tonight, so you get some bonus points out of it. What did you think of the race overall besides the cautions?
Well, it was pretty good. We had that fuel-saving strategy going. Everyone was just letting someone lead, save fuel, let someone else lead, save some fuel for yourself. And we just continued that strategy. We were looking really good when that yellow came out. We were all on pit road, but unfortunately that screwed our strategy. So we had to try some different stuff, but we came out in the lead for that first restart, and it kind of worked out well.
Well, that's good. Yeah, it was kind of when that caution come out with it, I can't remember. It was like 20-some to go, 23 or 24 to go. And I thought, okay, pretty much everybody can make it from here. But we did see a few guys that in the back of the field there that did have to stop. They were going to be a little short on fuel. They probably took a splash of gas and go. But you guys did your homework on it and probably did some testing and got everything worked out perfect for you. And you come home second place. How's that make you feel tonight?
Well, I mean, considering all the issues at the end of the race, I'm pretty happy with it. I kind of wish the race had stayed green for those last 3 or 4 laps, so Blake and me could have raced it out. But unfortunately, we got that last yellow, and it just happened to be he was about a wing in front of me.
Yeah, it was pretty good, racing there. But all the way up to that caution that finished up the race there, man, I'll tell you what, you guys up there in the front, we had probably about 15 cars battling for that, for that position. We seen 2 and 3 wide, which was no surprise. It was actually no surprise. Just everybody trying to bid for that top spot. And but guys were taking chances. Patience were gone. Nobody had any patience there at the very end, and I think that's what got a couple guys in trouble right there. But congratulations on your second place here, Brandon. I know you got some people you want to say hello to and give your thank yous out to. So go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to thank everyone at Team Velociraptor, and I'm going to thank the guys I was working with in this race, Blake Reynolds and Matt Kingsbury.
All right, very good, very good. Well, we'll see you next week at New Hampshire, brother.
Yeah, looking forward to it. One of my favorite tracks.
All right. Dan Neese, you got a copy?
Yep.
Am I saying your name right, Neese?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure. But tell me about your race out there, Dan, because you bidded for that top spot you never did get up there and get a chance to lead a lap tonight, but you started in the 22nd position and come all the way up to 3rd. Tell me about your racing.
Well, I mean, we had a pretty good car, but I mean, I got in an incident around I think lap 10 or 12. Had to go back in, get a fast repair done, and then the rest of the time it was just me trying to work my way back up to the field. I feel like if we would have gone green for a little bit longer, I might have had something for the leaders because I brought myself back up there. I was in 12th on the restart. So,
well, I'll tell you what, it looked like a pretty good run for you tonight. I mean, coming from 22nd, being that it was kind of hard to pass, but you guys played your pit strategies well. You did everything pretty much perfect. I didn't see you make any mistakes tonight. If you did, I didn't catch them. But you put the 7-Eleven Big Gulp car into 3rd place, so that's got to make you feel good. And how much of this are you going to take into next week at New Hampshire? Probably not a whole lot.
yeah, I mean, it's nice to get 3rd place. I really wanted to get 1st. I won the practice race yesterday when we were doing it, but I mean, I'll just let it roll over into next week. Focus more on next week now and just not worry about what's going on now.
Well, give me your impression of the Formula Renault 2.0. What do you think of the car?
It's a nice car. Haven't really raced it before I came over to the series a couple weeks ago, but I mean, I just wish that you could do a little bit more on the high lines on it. You can't really get around somebody unless you try to side draft them.
Yeah, side drafting an open wheel, boy, that just don't work out too good sometimes. You get somebody that there's no fenders there, to rub against. But it was a great race out here, Dan. And I know you got you want to thank out you want to give some thank yous out. I'll get that out right. Go ahead.
Well, I'd like to thank my sponsor, Heathcliff's Cat Litter, for keeping my fucking pit lane clean at all times. Also like to say hi to my mom. I'm pretty sure she's probably watching this, and anybody else that saw this on my Facebook feed.
Okay. All right, Dan. Well, we'll see you next week at New Hampshire, and congrats tonight, and good luck next week.
Thank you, sir.
All right, folks, let's run down through the results here. for the season opener. Blake Reynolds coming home the winner here tonight. Brandon Trost in second place. Dan Neese finishing third. Dylan Lee fourth. Houston Hamer in fifth. John Dragonetti sixth. Chris Murdoch seventh. Riley Roush in eighth place. Jonathan Goke ninth. Wally Turheimer breaking into the top 10. Congrats to him. Scott Brinson finishing 11th. Casey Kerwin 12th. George Hendricks 13th. Lance Nazier in 14th. Ray Kingsbury 15th. Travis Browder 16th. Sam Watson 17th. Ryan Bowles 18th. Matt Kingsbury 19th. Johnny Antonucci in 20th. Ian Plash finishing 21st. Marcus Yedstall in 22nd. Colin Scott 23rd. Mark Robertson, last one on the lead lap, finishing 24th. Brian Phillips 25th. Stephen Parks 26th. Justin Michael with his brand new sponsor on his car, their Next Gen Studios. And a thank you to them for the sponsor for Justin. He finishes back in 27th, a couple laps down. Robert Riley, good to see Robert out there tonight, finishing 28th. Sam Adams 29th. Alan Bowes, one of our pro drivers entering the league here tonight, finishes in 30th. Anthony Lurcock 31st. Kevin Chalk 32nd. Timothy Silliman in 33rd. Austin Espedy 34th. Zachary Zwar 35th. Nick Prosper 36th. Jeffrey Coaches 37th. And Chase Hudson 38th. I believe those were the last of the entries in the race. But anyhow, congratulations here to our winner, Blake Reynolds, for the season opener here of the Indy Lights Series, sponsored by Top Fuel Racing. Folks, we'll catch you next week back here at New Hampshire. Till then, stay safe and have a good night.